Topics?
Let's do it.
Topics.
So the Emmys were last night. A star-studded proposal took center stage at the 70th Annual Emmy Awards last night. Look at this. That is genuine shock. Glenn Weiss, who won for directing this year's Oscars, began his acceptance speech by thanking his mother, who passed away just 2 weeks ago. Well, after mentioning how much she liked his girlfriend, Jan, he alluded to a potential proposal by saying, "I want to call you my wife." Stunned, she rushed to the stage to accept the ring that his dad gave to his mom 67 years ago.
Wow.
Again, his mother just passed away.
Does he get down on a knee?
He does. He does.
When?
Right
well,
here.
You should have done that before. Don't you do it when you're asking?
Well, he's
not after,
yes,
like you're
well.
surrendering.
Oh, well, she said yes. Look at this. So happy. What an amazing moment, not only for him.
I don't know if I've ever seen that at an award ceremony.
I don't think so either, but I like it. Hopefully they weren't playing the closing music, like, oh, you've had your time. I hate when they do that at award shows. I know they got to stick to a certain time, but I always feel so bad for whoever's
He had to
up there.
marry her. She was the only one that watched the Oscars.
Oh, gosh, that's...
Well, Pampers denies they're getting rid of Sesame Street diapers over concerns they're too masculine.
What?
That's right.
What?
A spokesperson for Procter & Gamble, the diaper brand's parent company, denied a report published in the New York Post. The report claims the brand had started to remove Sesame Street diapers from stores over concerns the products didn't appeal equally to young boys and girls. According to the paper, some parents have complained that the characters came off as too masculine to some children. I know when I think of tough guys, I think of Big Bird.
Right.
And Cookie Monster.
Cookie Monster.
You talk about just virile, testosterone-laden characters.
That's toxic masculinity.
My God.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
All roided up.
Your kid is going to poop in this thing. Who cares? Really? Come on.
It's one way to look at it.
It is. Jeez Louise.
I mean,
come on. Who cares? If you don't want to buy them, don't buy them.
If people think that Cookie Monster, Big Bird, and who was the other one? Elmo are too masculine for your child, be female or male, what kind of world is that we're living in?
I know it's weird. Don't take issue with something like this. It's stupid. It's stupid. Just don't buy it if you don't want it. But again, saying it's too masculine, Big Bird to me is not masculine in the slightest.
Of course not.
No.
I don't even know if they're male.
Yeah, do we know their genders?
I don't think they've ever said that.
I don't care.
Never seen Oscar or Big Bird go out and take a leak.
Plus, yeah.
Maybe they're wearing them diapers.
Maybe they are. The secret's out. None of them are potty trained.
Just stupid. I hope that Procter & Gamble's denying this, and I hope that's the case.
I hope the report is wrong.
I hope you guys aren't that stupid
They're
as to be bullied by social justice warriors who get on my daggone nerves.
Oh, it's so annoying. I'm like, get a real cause. Come on now. In an era of...
Yeah, like Darfur. You know, something real where we got people getting killed.
Yes.
How about putting your efforts and energies into that instead of worrying about Big Bird being pooped on?
If you think it's too masculine, just don't buy it. If you don't, the argument too masculine is what bothers me. If you genuinely just don't like the diapers for your child, boy, girl, whatever, just don't buy them. There are tons of others out there. Tons. We know. We're parents. We're not. In an era full of food hybrids, the inevitable has finally happened. Ketchup and mayo joining forces. We told you about this a couple of months back when the idea kind of first broke. Well, Heinz announced yesterday it has begun making Mayo-chup, a saucy blend of ketchup mixed with mayonnaise packed into one bottle. In April, the company asked Twitter to vote whether or not they should actually make the product. Well, since 500,000 people voted yes, Heinz promised to bring the sauce to American store shelves. Now the company is launching a campaign to determine which city will be the first to taste it.
Can I just do that on my own? I don't know.
I suppose you could, but who has the time?
Pre-mixed.
You're at home.
That's true.
I don't want to put mayo.
Very busy.
I'm very busy. You cook a lot, so I understand.
Yeah.
We both do. Neither one of us.
A giant blob of solid waste, or what is called as a fatberg. You're looking at my carotid artery right there.
Oh, wow.
Has been removed from a sewer line in Michigan at a cost of $100,000 to the taxpayer. The 100-foot-long glob weighed 19 tons. What do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me, 'cause I can't go.
Oh.
I owe my life to the company store. Yeah.
Oh,
so
yes,
awesome.
our producer's singing about it here.
okay.
I don't know this song.
Officials said the fatberg was 11 foot wide and as tall as 6 feet in some places and consisted of fat, oil, grease, disco. It was collected in the pipe and then mixed with solids that were flushed into the sewers, such as baby wipes. They want to remind people, don't flush things down the toilet. It's got to go someplace and it ends up there. Wonder how they broke it up. Jackhammer?
I don't know. It says it's been removed. I don't know.
You send a guy in there with a pickaxe?
They just poured a heck of a lot of Drano in there and said, good luck.
Nasty.
Ugh, that's so gross.